time now for the Peter Channel News Morning Report on this Friday morning, August 29th, 2014. Welcome to Friday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning time here. Here now the news headlines here. Our top story at 7 o'clock is the Russian economy is rapidly weakening. Inflation is high, the ruble weak, interest rates are headed up, and disposable incomes have dropped. More than 3 million Syrians are now registered as refugees as the desperate crisis is only getting worse, the UN Refugee Agency says. For the second time this week, a commercial plane in the U.S. diverted its flight over a reclined seat ruckus when a hypertensive man became upset after the woman in front of him reclined her seat Wednesday night. Aviation authority said. FTSE your first 300 your stocks 50 up over 1%. I'll have more of that on the stock market report in a couple of minutes here as Tesco warned hit shares of food retailers. California lawmakers passed a law on Thursday requiring universities to adopt affirmative consent language as their definition of consensual sex, part of a nationwide draft to curb sexual assault on the U.S. In a letter to NFL team owners, Commissioner Roger Goodell worked. Simply put, we have to do better, and we will, as he launched a tough policy on domestic violence, and it's a first offense, a 6-game suspension, and the second offense, a lifetime ban in the NFL. Not just NFL players, but team employees who work with the NFL teams there. In Steubenville, Ohio, for 2 years, Malik Richmond's name has been discussed and debated in association with a rape that drew worldwide attention to this blue-collar Ohio River town. United Nations militants fighting the Syrian army have detained 43 UN peacekeepers in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights and trapped another 81 in the region. The world body is working to secure their release, the United Nations said. Indian and Japanese students walked together near portrait of Mahatma Gandhi at Global Indian International School, Tokyo on Friday. U.S. Army Sergeant David Adams and a group of firefighters raised a long antenna outside the Deerfield Valley Volunteer Fire Department to help communicate with an aircraft in the area on Thursday, August 28, 2014 in Deerfield, Virginia. His pilot was killed in Virginia F-15 crash. The easy thing to do is to blame the dead instructor who unleashed a weapon capable of firing 10 rounds per second at the head of a child. An Oklahoma murderer who whiffed a gas for 43 minutes until died 10 minutes after officials had called off his execution succumbed to lethal injection drugs, not to a heart attack, according to autopsy results released on Thursday. Residents of the quiet North Bergen, New Jersey neighborhood where the sister of Boston Marathon bombing suspects lives expressed a range of opinions on the presence in the area after a recent run-in with the law. A missing University of Montana student was found dead on Thursday morning, a week after he went missing while driving back to school to the start of his junior year in college. Malaysian Airlines will cut staff by 30% to 14,000, current to be delisted by end of the year and aims to return to profitability within 3 years of delisting. The logo Abercrombie & Fitch no longer possesses its power and wielded once. Yesterday there was a sharp drop in the shares of the Abercrombie & Fitch company. The U.S. economy grew faster than the first month last quarter. The Commerce Department said Thursday the latest in a series of signals that suggest a period of sustainable growth lies ahead. With companies from fast food restaurants to Amazon, all attempted to perfect delivery by drone when it was only a matter of time before Google unveiled its vision. At 10 a.m. on September 9, 2014 at the Flint Center for Performing Arts in Cupertino, California, we can be sure that the world's second most valuable company was developed to plant obsolete. In New York, Joan Rivers is in a New York City hospital one day after going to the cardiac arrest at a doctor's office. Melissa Rivers said in a statement Thursday that her mother was resting comfortably. The couple, Angela Jolie and Brad Pitt, somehow managed to pull off the ultimate secret wedding over the weekend with a report 22 guests. Britney Spears just stepped her boyfriend at 18 months after finding out there was a video of him cheating on her that's being shopped around Hollywood. Nobody, no matter what they saw, this morning saw Texas A&M entered Columbia Thursday night and beat South Carolina 52-28. Anaheim, the bomb did not fit on Thursday night at Angel Stadium had it all controversy, drama, and escape. Kick started by an obstruction call and ended by a Mike Trout fielder's choice and did not fit in during the Angels 4-3 10-8 win. Ranking linebacker Chris Borland returned an interception return for 34 yards for a touchdown, and third-string quarterback Josh Johnson threw 3 touchdown passes as the San Francisco 49ers defeated Houston Texans 40-13 on Thursday in Houston. Bilbao, Spain. Kevin Durant stands front and center of the billboard that hangs above the outside of the arena where the U.S. The Atlantic Met Office has raised its aviation warning level due to the Tabunga volcano to wind after an eruption began overnight. The discovery of genetics has been one of the most important discoveries in history, not just modern history, but all of history. At least we know how important it is now, since scientists have used genomics and more sophisticated branch of genetics. In Monrovia, Liberia, some people are swimming in and out of the Ebola quarantine zone in this seaside capital. One man slips out of every day to reach the job in Western Embassy. The National Immunization Survey is a file that indicates the annual national immunization coverage in the United States for children aged 19 to 35 months. Peter Channel News Time, 5 minutes after 7 o'clock at 7:05 in the morning time. And let's take a look at New England incident alerts here. Oh, let's go to the morning stock market report from CNBC.com here. Dow futures 17,118 up 41. SP futures 2,002 and a quarter up 5.5, and Nasdaq futures 4081 and a quarter up 11.5. Here, European markets here. DAX 94,485.08 up 22.52. FTSE 6819.18 up 13.38. CAC 43,375.70 up 9.66. Asian markets. Nikkei 5424.59 down 35.27. Shanghai 2217.20 up 21.38. HSI 24,742.06 up 106. U.S. markets here. Dow 1707.57 down 42.44. S&P 599.6.74 down 3.38. Nasdaq 4557.69 down 11.93. Oil 94.97 up 42 cents. Brent 102.86 up 40 cents, and natural gas 4.036 down 8,000 of a point here. Gold 1286 down 440. Silver 1953 down 79 thousandths of a point, and copper 3.143 up 165 thousandths of a point. In the bond 2.3448% up 11 thousandths of a point. Germany 10-year yield 903% up 17 thousandths of a point, and Germany's 10-year yield 494% down 3 thousandths of a point here. In the NFX here, European US dollar 1.3184 up 2,000 of a point, and US dollar Japanese yen 103.94 up 24 hundredths of a point, and Great Britain pound US dollar 1.6992 up 8,000 of a point here. Peter Channel News Time 7:07. Time now for a travel report here, and let's start it off at Greater Boston, where San Francisco Expressway a little slow from 3A all the way out to the JFK exit here. By the way, it's modified on both sides from Braintree all the way out to the Timothy Hilton. It was modified on both sides here. 93 is modified on both sides. 495 on the westbound side. Here a little slow on 495 on the westbound side. From Chelmsford all the way down to Route 2 a little to do some little to the maintenance on 495 northbound and exit 289, which is Route 2 here. But otherwise, a smooth sailing commute on this Friday morning here, and 24 on the northbound side, a little slow as you get on the on-ramp, and 120 on the northbound side of Randolph here, so otherwise, a smooth sailing commute and on tap. Hey, Peter Channel News Time 7:08. Time now for the weather report here on this August 20th, 2014 here. Right now, temperature here in Norton 50 degrees with a dew point about 40 degrees and humidity 93%. Barometer 3.10 inches and wind speed is calm and visibility of 10 miles. Okay, let us take a look at our map situation. Take a look at our current conditions around the region here. We got 60 degrees at temperature right now in Boston. It's 54 out in Fitchburg, 50 out in Medford, 54 in Beverly, 60 in Gloucester, 56 in Worcester, 52 in Sturbridge, 58 in Webster, 57 in Milford, 47 in Norwood and Taunton, 53 out in New Bedford, 61 in Plymouth, 54 in Falmouth, 61 in Chatham, 63 in Palmerstown, 64 in Cape Cod Bay, and Nantucket. It's 56 in Blockhound, 56 in Boston Vineyard, 61 in Blockhound, 59 in Wesley, 54 in Smithfield, it's 64 in Montauk, 60 in Islip, 64 in New York City, 64 in Long Island, 59 in Bridgeport and New Haven, 53 in Denver, 54 in Waterbury, 55 in Meriden, 54 in Hartford and Windsor, 51 in Springfield, 52 in Amherst, 51 in Greenfield, 46 in Pittsfield, 48 in Northampton, 52 in Albany, New York, it's 47 in Bennington, 49 in Brattleboro, Vermont, it's 46 in Keene, New Hampshire, 47 in Jaffa, New Hampshire, 47 in Concord, New Hampshire, 52 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 53 in Nashua, New Hampshire, it's 55 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Here. Take a look at our map situation here. Stationary front off the Oregon coastline, stretching down after the Pacific Northwest of the cold front from Montana, stretched up into North Dakota, stationary up into Manitoba. Here. Stationary front from north central Mexico, stretching down through the Plain States and up into the Dakotas, and a warm front from northeastern South Dakota, stretching to Minnesota, Wisconsin, stationary front from southern Wisconsin, stretching down through the Ohio Valley and stretching into Virginia, to the cold front from Virginia at the sea. We got high pressure in Ontario and North Carolina coastline, and north central Mexico and central Colorado and western portions of Wyoming. Here, and a line of low pressure here. One ridge of low pressure carried in it from much of the Plain States. Another ridge of low pressure in Manitoba. And the low pressure in southeastern Texas at high pressure. Off the Carolina coastline of northern Ontario, western Wyoming, central Colorado, and several portions of Alberta. 60 degrees the temperature right now. Boston at 64 out of New York City, 65 in Washington D.C., 54 in Pittsburgh, 62 in Detroit, 68 out in Minneapolis, 72 in Omaha, Nebraska, 71 out in Chicago, 62 in Detroit, 69 in Kansas City, 72 in Dallas, Texas, 82 in Brownsville, Texas, at 69 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, 64 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Salt Lake City, Utah, 54 out in Denver, 87 in Phoenix, 67 out in Los Angeles, 61 out in San Francisco, 77 out in Las Vegas, 64 in Salt Lake City, it's 49 in Great Falls, Montana, and 62 out in Seattle. With a photo from Eastern Washington up in the British Columbia, and a photo from Southeastern California and out to the Gulf of California. Here. Take a look at a radar map here, and it shows some rain showers in central and eastern portions of Nova Scotia, stretching down for southeastern portions of Prince Edward Island. Here, rain showers and storms from northwestern Michigan up into northern Wisconsin, down from Minnesota, northern Iowa, and a lot of rain showers from eastern Nebraska, down from Kansas, down from Oklahoma, down from central Arkansas, and rain showers from north central Texas, and a lot of showers and storms down from the Gulf of Mexico, from Texas, and stretching out of Florida Gulf coastline. Here. A lot of rain showers in north central Wyoming, down from eastern portions of Montana, down from western North Dakota, and a lot of rain showers and storms from southern Manitoba, down from southeastern Saskatchewan, a line of rain showers from southwestern British Columbia, down from central portions of British Columbia. Take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows line of clouds from the Great Lakes and stretching all the way, curving down for the Dakotas, down for the Plain States. Another batch of clouds from northern Wyoming up in the Montana, up into Manitoba here, and a line of clouds covering much of the Gulf States, and a line of clouds covering in British Columbia, stretching out to the Pacific coastline, and a lot of clouds from North Central California and out to sea here. Take a look at the latest on Hurricane Cristobal here. It's now Category 1 storm with 80-mile-per-hour winds. Central location 42.1 to the north, 51.7 to the west, and maximum state winds 80 miles per hour. Movement northeast about 49 miles per hour here. The latest public advisory on Cristobal here. Its racing northeast would expect to become extra tropical later today is at 5 a.m. Atlantic time, not on UTC. The center of Hurricane Cristobal was located near longitude 42.1 to the north, longitude 51.7 to the west, and Cristobal is moving toward the northeast near 49 miles per hour, 80 kilometers an hour. This general motion winds have decreased in forward speed is expected to during the next day or two. Maximum sustained winds have decreased to near 80 miles per hour, 130 kilometers an hour, with higher gusts and Cristobal is forecast to lose its tropical characteristics later today, but it should remain a powerful extratropical cyclone over the North Atlantic by Sunday. Hurricane force winds extend out to up to 70 miles per hour, 1 to 10 kilometers an hour from the center of the tropical storm. Force winds extend up to 265 miles, 425 kilometers an hour. The estimated minimum central pressure is 973 millimeters, 28.74 inches, and surf swells driven by Cristobal affected the Bermuda and the Norwegian coastline. Large swells will also affect portions of the southern coast of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. During the next day, the swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and whip current conditions. And more information, please consult products from your local weather office. Here. Okay. Okay, let us take a look at two disturbances in the Atlantic that we're watching here. Disorganized continents and thunderstorms over the east central. Caribbean Sea associated with a tropical wave upper level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for the development during the next day 2 while the system moves across the central and western Caribbean Sea. However, environmental conditions could become conducive for some development when the system moves over the northwestern California Caribbean Sea Saturday night or Sunday and into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico early next week. Information chance for 4 hours. Low near 0% formation chance for 5 days. Low 20% and a tropical wave near the west coast of Africa is Bermuda's minimal. Shower activity development of any in this system is expected to be slow or occur during the next several days while it moves westward over 15 miles per across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Formation chance for 4 hours. Low near 0% formation chance for 5 days. Low 20%. Here. And a tropical wave near the west coast of Africa has produced a minimal shower activity development in this system is expected to be slow to occur during the next several days while it moves westward near 50 miles per hour across the eastern and central tropical Atlantic. Formation chance of 4 hours. Low near 0% formation chance of 5 days. Low near 20% here. And post-tropical cyclone Marie here. 40 mile per hour winds. Settle location 27.6 to the north, 132 and a half to the west. And movement northwest about 14 miles per hour here. Latest public advisory. Marie becomes post-tropical and swells along the coast of southern California should continue to subside today. Here, at 2 a.m. Pacific time, 9 UTC, the center of the post-tropical cyclone Marie was located near latitude 27.6 to the north, longitude 132 and a half to the west. This post-tropical cyclone was moving toward the northwest near 14 miles per 22 kilometers an hour. Its general motion will decrease in forward speed. It's expected tonight and turn toward the west-northwest of this forecast on Saturday. Maximum state winds are doing 40 miles per hour, 65 kilometers an hour with higher gusts and gradual weakness forecast during the next 48 hours here. And tropical storm force winds extend out with up to 125 miles, 205 kilometers from the center. The estimated minimum central pressure 1,002 millibars or 59 inches here. Surface swells journeying by marine will continue to subside today along the west coast of the Baja California Peninsula, along the coast of southern California. Light wind and surfing with current conditions are still likely as a result of these swells. For more information, please contact products from your local weather office here. And this is the last public advisory issued by the National Hurricane Center in this system here. And take a look at today's severe weather outlook here. See text, but elevated fire watch one is from northwestern Nevada and north central Oregon and for south central eastern Washington state here. And take a look at today's highs. We'll see you generally in the 70s for the metro region here, 60s along the middle and outer Cape and Islands and down the South Shores. So it'll be in the 60s, 65 to 70 for the coastline, 70 to 80s for the metro region here. And take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For today, San Scott under 36 degrees. North facing wind about 7 miles per hour. Tonight, Patch Rock after 5 a.m. wise, most of the coast got on 49 degrees and light south wind. For Saturday, Patch Rock before 8 a.m. wise, most of the San Scott under 37 degrees and calm wind becoming south around 5 to 8 miles per hour in the morning. Saturday night, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 62 degrees in southwest, wind about 7 miles per hour. Sunday, slight change of showers at thresholds, but after 1 p.m. Patch Rock before 7 a.m. wise, most of the skies are high near 84 degrees in southwest, wind about 8 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 20%. Sunday night, chance of showers at thresholds, then showers likely possibly a thunderstorm after 1 a.m. and most of the skies are low in 69 degrees at chance of precipitation 6%. Labor Day, chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible afternoon. Patch San Scott near 84 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Monday night, Patch Rock after 5 a.m. wise, Patch Rock low in 67 degrees. And Tuesday, Patch Rock before 8 a.m. wise, most of the San Scott near 86 degrees. Tuesday night, most of the clouds got low in 67 degrees. And Wednesday, most of the San Scott near 84 degrees. Wednesday night, most of the clouds got low in 62 degrees. And Thursday, San Scott near 84 degrees. Here, Peter's what a phrase of the day. A sunny and a fantastic Friday on tap here. This is PJ wishing you have a good day with a good positive attitude here.